Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So, wait a minute here. Well, that's better. So it's more Casey's license plate art. So, what's going on here? My wife's having a book club this weekend, and there needed to be a craft project. So, we're gonna build birdhouses. But, alas, work has been too busy, my 9 to 5, to get this done. So it's late, it's cold, it's tiring, and we got to build a birdhouse out of a fence picket. Thankfully, there's instructions online. I just got to figure it out, which I probably will. And you're going to suffer through my misery today. So we're going to cut this picket, going to pre-drill everything, screw everything in, and this will be a simple one. If we want some license plates on it, we're going to put some on the roof. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so for this, you cut a little piece of the picket for a guide. So, okay, let's make this first cut. Not bad. Okay. Let's go get a marking tool. So I cut off that end piece, and we're going to use that in a square to do a bunch of measurements. So the first one you're going to do just a square by length and width. Mark that with a pencil. Another square. Then a third square. And then after that, you can make another mark for a fourth, but instead of doing a line, you're going to do 245-degree angles, back and forth. And then after that, one more of these, and those are going to be, I believe, the sides. And then you're going to take another length and then turn it sideways and 6 more. Do that once, do that twice, and that is going to give you the sides, and then one more of these, and that's going to be your bottom, which I believe has to be cut down a little bit. So if I can get this over to the camera, hopefully it'll show up. But basically, one side, another side. Here's a side, and then your cross for your roof. This is the other side where the roof is going to be connected. 2 big sides, so this plus 6, this plus 6, and then, oops, right here for your last piece for your bottom, that'll have to be cut down, and then the rest is extra. So, we're going to cut this down and see how I did. Hopefully my measurements are right. Okay. Hopefully I can cut a straight line. Now, if I did this right, both rough sides should be out. Oh! We have a birdhouse roof. It doesn't look too bad. Okay. I think we have the big pieces cut. We'll have to cut down the bottom eventually. But yeah, I think we're almost time to do some drilling and assembly. I'm going to change up the camera position so you can hopefully see it better. And yeah, we'll go from there. We'll be right back. Okay. So, got a nice little jig here. We'll line these up. And this is backward, so it'll hopefully be pretty easy for you to see. I'm going to drill some pilot holes and actually have screws here. Make sure that, and I adjusted my depth on this drill bit right. It'll do a full in and then leave a place for the head. Whoop. Yeah, that came loose. There we go. Try that again. And then one towards the bottom. And then flip. And I should be able to sink these right in. Well, that's a broken bit. Now I want to make sure, oops, now I want to make sure when I put the roof panel on, it's not going to get caught up on this ledge. Perfect. Okay. Let me see if I can put the other side on. I want to make sure my grains kind of go in the same way. Get that in. It's lined up a little bit. Okay. And we'll do this again. That's not too bad. Let's see. Before I forget, cut that out. Okay, time for the roof. So we have it almost together. Now we got to get the bottom in, but we're going to have to make a cut here. So we're just going to slide this in to the point where I can mark it. Right there. Now I'm going to give myself some wiggle room, just in case. So I'd rather do 2 cuts than mess up and need more wood. Now if I did this right, getting just a shiv, a little sliver. Perfect. Now another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the corners off, because apparently these need ventilation, and that's a great way to do it. Perfect. Let's see here. It might be a little more difficult than I think to get this perfectly flush in here. Oops. So I'm going to put a screw into this to use as a handle. So, then make this as level as I can. So we got that bottom end. We cut some corners to reduce some airflow. Now I just got to put a hanger on this thing. There we go. Now for some shingles over the top. Okay, I'm going to make it easy for myself. Just going to line this up here to about here. Okay, there we go. We got a roof, we got a license plates, a nice birdhouse, somewhere to hang it on. There we go. Okay guys, got a finished birdhouse here. Added something to hang it by, some license plates for the roof, a little overhang. Got a hole for the birds to go in and out. I didn't put a perch on this, and I kept the hole pretty small, so it's harder for predators to get in and eat the eggs, the young. But birds shouldn't have any issues getting in and out. Who these are made for. Just keep the hole small for the predators that can't get in. I think I used a 1 1/4 bit. Let me check. Yes, 1 1/4. Well, if you have any questions, concerns, let me know. Also, I've been told it's good to keep the bottom easily to remove, so you can clean it out every year and sanitize it. Okay, well guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.